Welcome to Information Week TV. I'm your host, Stephanie Stahl. We have good news to report today from our annual salary survey. Information technology as a profession is back on track.
I've been here since 7th grade, and it was difficult at first to make the transition from public school to private middle school, but once I got here I found out that the teachers were really helpful, and the class size also attributes to that. With smaller classes, the teachers pay more attention to you and answer your questions, and everyone gets help. There's no one that's like left out and doesn't know what's going on.
To some, George Mason might appear to be a university of contrast. On the one hand, with its 4 Northern Virginia locations, plus a campus overseas, it is one of the largest schools in the state, currently spending nearly $500 million on new construction. It's an NCAA Final Four contender, and a home to Nobel laureates and Pulitzer Prize winners.
What's your view about why that is happening? Yes.
Because Hispanic Americans tend to go to completely
The Clusters program has been running for quite some time. In years past, there's been a variety of offerings. I like writing, so I often choose to do a writing cluster, which has been sometimes poetry, free writing, kinds of activities, which has been a lot of fun. And it's an amazing mix of talents that come together from these little bodies and little minds, which is pretty amazing. This year we did scrapbooking, which was brand new to me, and I had an interest in it just because I didn't know anything about it. And I actually probably learned more than any of the students who came. They came with their scrapbooks frequently and showed them to us. And then we kind of went from there. We had different themes we chose based on whatever the students wanted to do.
What I like a lot about Clusters is that you immediately get a group of students who are very enthusiastic about the topic that they've chosen, and that is the key to differentiation, that they love what they're doing and they are immediately engaged in it.
Knowing that as artists, we can create beautiful art that makes people happier and transform a neighborhood into a beautiful place. Instead of just being a place where that can be an eyesore, we can actually create change by beautifying the neighborhood or a building with something that's beautiful and can make people feel happier. My cultural upbringing has given me a perspective to view cultures and just to accept everybody, because that's the beauty of the world. Mosaic art was something that I always loved. Every time I saw mosaics in Philadelphia, I did murals for a long time, and then I kind of picked up mosaics not so long ago because I did a lot of community work and I wanted to bring that to the community. The process of making mosaic art has a few steps that are very important.
Hello, Rozario, this is Beijing.
The GSO was created as a conclusion of a 6-month business process improvement task force that was run the first half of last year. The net of it was that we were rediscovering problems across the company, and so we wanted to create a center of confidence that will allow the company not only to create a best practices, but also to look into the future as to what we need to have over the next several years.
I ride my bike to work. I find driving the automobile is more of a pain than just riding a bike. I use my own energy, and oh, by the way, I can keep trim and I can eat what I want.
The challenge today is that the competition for talent has become global. And so even in those places like India and China, in India we were one of the very early entrants. Today it's a very, very competitive marketplace. Symantec can offer to engineers, I think, a great place to work, tremendous colleagues, the opportunity to really have an impact and change the world.